Do you want to be more effective in your personal and professional life? It's a question we all ask ourselves at some point. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking this effectiveness lies not in external circumstances, but in your own habits? Yes, it's all about habits. Those seemingly small, daily actions that shape our lives more than we often realize. This is the core message of the seminal book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Covey's work has stood the test of time, remaining relevant and impactful decades after it was first published. It presents 7 habits that, when adopted and cultivated, can transform your life, making you more effective in all your endeavors. These habits aren't quick fixes, but rather lifelong practices that foster growth, productivity, and fulfillment. So buckle up, because today, we will delve into these 7 habits and understand why they are crucial for success. The first habit of highly effective people is to be proactive. Now, what does being proactive really mean? It's about taking the initiative, not waiting for things to happen, but making them happen. It's about recognizing that you're the captain of your own ship, steering your life towards the direction you want it to go. The concept of being proactive is not just about taking action, but taking responsibility. It's about understanding that you're not a victim of circumstances, but a creator of your own reality. You can choose your response to any given situation, and that choice can significantly impact your personal and professional life. Being proactive means not blaming others or the environment for your failures. Instead, it's about looking inward, identifying what you can do better, and taking action to improve. Remember, life doesn't just happen to you, you happen to life. Being proactive paves the way for us to take control of our lives. The second habit is to begin with the end in mind. This habit is all about setting clear goals and having a vision. It's akin to a navigation system for your life. When we set clear goals, we're effectively programming our destination into our life's GPS. It's about knowing where we're headed before we set off on our journey. This habit provides us with direction and purpose. It's not just about setting any goal, but about setting the right goals, ones that align with our values and aspirations. It's about creating a vision of where we want to be, what we want to achieve, and who we want to become. This vision acts as a beacon, illuminating our path and guiding our actions. It helps us make decisions that bring us closer to our desired destination. It shapes our present actions based on our future aspirations. When we have a clear destination in mind, our actions are more purposeful and effective. The third habit is to put first things first. This principle is all about mastering the art of prioritization. It's not just about organizing your tasks and scheduling them, but rather it's about recognizing what is truly important and focusing on those tasks first. Imagine your day as a jar that you need to fill with rocks, pebbles, and sand. The rocks represent your important tasks, the ones that contribute most to your mission and your values. The pebbles are the lesser tasks, and the sand represents the small stuff, the busy work. If you start filling your jar with sand or pebbles, you won't have room for the rocks. But if you put the rocks in first, the pebbles and sand can fill in around them, ensuring that you're making time for what truly matters. This approach can lead to greater productivity and less stress, as it ensures that you're not just busy, but effective. Prioritizing helps us to use our time and energy more efficiently. The fourth habit is to think win-win. This mindset isn't about being nice or just going along with the crowd. It's about seeking solutions that are beneficial for all parties involved. It's about fostering a sense of cooperation rather than competition. Imagine a situation where 2 parties are at odds. If one party wins and the other loses, it creates resentment and damages the relationship. However, if both parties can find a solution that benefits them both, it strengthens their relationship and leads to more successful collaboration in the future. But how do we create these win-win situations? It starts with empathy and understanding. We need to understand the needs and wants of the other party, and then find a way to meet those needs while also meeting our own. This habit can be applied in all areas of life, from business negotiations to personal relationships. Thinking win-win encourages cooperation and creates more successful outcomes. The fifth habit is to seek first to understand, then to be understood. This principle is all about communication, and it's crucial for success in all areas of life. It's about prioritizing understanding over being understood. Imagine a world where everyone first seeks to understand the other's perspective before trying to get their own point across. This is the crux of active listening and empathy. You see, when we actively listen, we don't just hear words, We tune into the emotions, the experiences, the worldviews behind those words. We seek to walk in the other person's shoes, even if just for a moment. And when it's our turn to speak, our words are much more powerful because they're informed by understanding. They're not just words anymore. They're responses, they're solutions, they're bridges that connect us to each other. By seeking first to understand, we build deeper connections and solve problems more effectively. The sixth habit is to synergize. This is all about creating a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. Imagine a team of diverse individuals, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. Alone, they may achieve certain results, but when they synergize, when they come together and leverage each other's strengths, they can achieve far greater things. This is the essence of synergy, the idea that the collective power of a team can surpass the individual contributions of its members. It's about harnessing divergent abilities and using them to elevate the group's performance. It's about creating an environment that values collaboration, where everyone feels heard and their contributions are recognized. It's about understanding that we can achieve more when we work together than when we work alone. Synergy doesn't just happen, though. It requires an open mindset, a willingness to listen, and a commitment to collaboration. But when it happens, the results can be extraordinary. Synergy allows us to accomplish more than we could alone. The seventh and final habit is to sharpen the saw. This metaphorical saw represents your greatest asset, you yourself. Just as a woodcutter must periodically pause to sharpen his blade, we too must regularly invest in ourselves to maintain and improve our productivity and effectiveness. Continuous learning and improvement are the keystones of this habit. They are not just about acquiring new knowledge or skills, but also about refining our existing ones. It's about recognizing that no matter how proficient we are today, there's always room for growth tomorrow. This habit also extends beyond the professional realm. It encourages us to take care of our physical health, nurture our relationships, and engage in activities that stimulate our minds and enrich our spirits. By consistently working on ourselves, we not only enhance our capabilities but also expand our capacity to contribute positively to the world around us. Sharpening the saw ensures that we remain effective in the long run. So those are the 7 habits of highly effective people. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways from each habit. First, being proactive, not merely reacting to the world, but taking charge and responsibility for our own actions. This is the foundation of all other habits, the cornerstone of being an effective person. Next, we have the habit of beginning with the end in mind. It's about having a clear vision of our destination, knowing where we want to go before we start the journey. This habit enables us to shape our own life, rather than being shaped by external circumstances. Our third habit, putting first things first, is about prioritizing, focusing on what's truly important, not just urgent. This habit helps us to avoid being swept away by the demands of the moment, instead investing our time in things that contribute to our long-term goals. Then we have the fourth habit, thinking win-win. It's about seeking mutual benefit in all our interactions, believing that success doesn't have to come at the expense of others. This habit fosters positive relationships and creates an environment of trust and cooperation. Our fifth habit, seeking first to understand, then to be understood, reminds us to listen before we speak. It's about truly understanding others, their perspectives and feelings, before attempting to make ourselves understood. This habit helps us to build stronger, more empathetic relationships. The sixth habit, synergizing, is about valuing diversity, leveraging the strengths of others to create something greater than the sum of its parts. This habit fosters innovation and creativity, and allows us to achieve results we couldn't achieve alone. And finally, the seventh habit, sharpening the saw, is about continuous improvement, investing in ourselves, in our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. This habit helps us to stay balanced, to renew ourselves, and to maintain our effectiveness over the long run. These habits, when practiced consistently, can transform our lives, making us more effective in our personal and professional spheres. Remember, habits are not developed overnight, but with consistent effort, you can become a highly effective person. Thank you for tuning in.